InvestorIdeas.com podcast.
Good afternoon and welcome to another InvestorIdeas.com podcast looking at cannabis news, stocks to watch, as well as insights from thought leaders and experts. Today we're looking at announcements from CRON Group Incorporated trading on the NASDAQ and TSX as CRON, Aurora Cannabis Incorporated trading on the TSX as ACB and the OTCQB as ACBFF, LGC Capital Limited trading on the TSX Venture as LG, Harvest One Cannabis Incorporated trading on the TSX Venture as HVT, and finally Namaste Technologies Incorporated trading on the TSX Venture as N. First, looking at CRON Group Incorporated, who announced that it's entered into a strategic distribution partnership with Dell Pharma. Dell Pharma, founded in 2004, is a privately owned pharmaceutical wholesaler and was the first company in Poland to introduce international parallel import of medicinal products from European Economic Area countries. Dell Pharma distributes directly to over 5,000 pharmacies and more than 200 hospitals, a distribution network that reaches approximately 40% of the Polish domestic market. Under the initial 5-year exclusive distribution agreement, CRON Group's global subsidiaries will supply Peace Naturals branded cannabis products to Dell Pharma for distribution within Poland. Leveraging Dell Pharma's extensive distribution network, this partnership provides CRON with unrivaled access to the Polish market. Next, we look at Aurora Cannabis Incorporated, who announced that the company, through its wholly owned German subsidiary Potcasts, has become the first licensed supplier of medical cannabis to patients in Malta. The import license issued by the Malta Medicines Authority was received on June 5th of this year, and Potcasts received the necessary export license from German authorities on June 21st this year. After Germany and Italy, Malta is the third European Union member country where Potcasts currently sells medicinal cannabis. Next, we look at LGC Capital Limited, who announced that CLV Frontier Brands, a joint venture between LGC, Creso Pharma, and UK-based Baltic Beer Company Limited, is progressing well with a number of products ready for commercial launch. The Estonian brewing facility is complete and currently finalizing the development of a range of CLV beers and adult soft drinks. Bottling of the first 2 beers is expected in mid-July of this year. Adult soft drinks are now in the final stage of development, and brand websites are preparing to go live with social media campaigns ready for launch in the coming weeks. And the UK portfolio launch is set for September of this year. Next, we look at Harvest One Cannabis Incorporated, who signed a binding share sale agreement with Australian-based MMJ Phytotech Limited for the purchase of 100% of Israeli-based Phytotech Therapeutics Limited. The transaction will be a combination of cash and shares. Upon completion, $1 million in cash and $7 million in Harvest One common shares issued at the then 10-day volume weighted average closing price will be made to MMJ. The sale is subject to customary conditions precedent, including MMJ's shareholder approval to be sought at a meeting at the end of August of this year. And finally, we look at Namaste Technologies Incorporated, who announced that the company has exceeded its July 1st goal and has acquired over 6,000 registered users on Namaste MD with a 4 to 9 star rating based on 209 reviews on Apple iOS devices and 4.7 star rating on Google Android based and 106 customer reviews. These results have exceeded the company's July 1st target of 5,000 registered users, and Namaste anticipates further acceleration of its database during the second half of the year, with the new market initiatives and strategic partnerships, including applications of Namaste MD for indigenous communities, targeted healthcare organizations, digital marketing, and high-traffic content networks. Namaste MD is Canada's first fully integrated medical cannabis telemedicine application available on the iPhone and Android devices, which provides free consultations in an enhanced online environment. Namaste's ability to acquire medical cannabis patients online with an acquisition cost of only $59 per patient will propel Namaste MD to become Canada's largest database of Canadian medical cannabis patients. That is all for today's podcast. Potcasts is now a certified word trademark on the blockchain through Cognate Incorporated CM certification. If you would like to be a guest or sponsor of this podcast, please contact InvestorIdeas.com. Investor Ideas reminds all listeners to read our disclaimers and disclosures on the InvestorIdeas.com website, and this podcast is not an endorsement to buy our products or services or securities. Investors are reminded all investments involve risk and possible loss of investment.